Previously, I spoke about the current issue with LEGO's new Epic Moments sub-theme. And to summarize, they aren't depicting the moment of the epic battle, but rather simply the idea of it, which takes away from display value by weakening the connection to the source material fans actually enjoy. However, today I wanted to explore what other epic moments LEGO could realistically depict with this new sub-theme. And I have 4 different ideas, as well as 4 different renders for these new sets that I believe could appeal to a large audience. Please note that the following renders are not meant to represent a final product, but rather serve as visualization for these ideas. This set would depict the iconic moment where all 6 original Avengers assemble for the first time in the Battle of New York. The build would be a bridge that serves as a display stand for all 6 original Avengers. I believe this would fit perfectly with the new Epic Moments collection, given that this is one of the few scenes that actually is presented in a 360 shot. In addition, the bridge can have transparent connector bars for the Jatari chariots, meaning the set will contain 8 figures in total. To elevate the set even more, I would change the base slightly and take inspiration from one of the first sets to introduce display black borders seen in the Epic Moments collection, set 76266 Avengers Final Battle. It had a large circular base, however, it also allowed the base to split apart and have a linear display. While not so great in that set, it would work significantly better here, as it would allow you to display all 6 original Avengers in a line as an alternative display. Moreover, the bridge would work as the perfect play area for younger fans to play with their figures, as it wouldn't have loads of loose bits knock off or be super collapsible as it's just a bridge. Finally, the build isn't going to use too many pieces, so it should realistically be priced anywhere between $60 and $90, as the figures would probably bump up the price depending if they get upgraded. However, not too much, as many can be repeated from the Avengers Tower set released in 2025.
I was originally going to suggest the Age of Ultron Final Battle, as it would also work with this circular format. However, I felt as if it was a bit of a cheat having another Avengers Final Battle on this list, and we have gotten a lot of Age of Ultron sets in the past 2 years. So, I figured, since there's only one Fantastic Four set, to remake the classic Fantastic Four issue 1 cover with epic battles, Fantastic Four vs. Giganto. This set would include all 4 Fantastic Four members and Giganto, who would be the main build in the set, allowing for connection points for the Fantastic Four. This could either be new comic variants of the Fantastic Four, or from the film, as this moment happened in both.
I could see the set selling for $35 to $45 depending if the figures remain the same or get updated prints or molds. Maybe even a new Big Fig thing if it were a comic variant. In terms of play value, I could see this working if the Giganto build was detachable from the main base for easier play. This idea is the Spider-Man swing, coming with a building as a background and various connection points for Spider-Man. Originally, I thought of doing it for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, before realizing Spider-Man's swing is iconic for all Spider-Man. This means the set could include various Spider characters such as Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, a new comic variant, or maybe even a remake of the Comic-Con exclusive Insomniac Spider-Man. With these extra figures in mind, I can see the set being sold for $40 to $60 depending on the height of the building, the detail of the building, and the exclusivity of the figures included. I felt like this deserved a remake, particularly for the Gladiator Hulk Big Fig, and since there are only a handful of Ragnarok sets. The set would feature a curved wall and transparent connectors for both figures to leap at each other. Since it's only 2 figures with a minimal build, I would say it's around $40 to $55, as much of the walls can be large tiles, but the figures can be exclusive variants, adding to the price, as well as new or remade molds, adding to the price. To conclude, those are just some of my ideas for this sub-theme. I think it has many more ideas, and I could even make another video with new renders for these ideas, but those are just some of the ones that stood out to me that I think would appeal to a large audience. I hope you enjoyed these ideas, and let me know what sets you'd like to see in the future, as well as other videos you would like to see in the future.